I am Girish H, Associate Professor, Department of ECE, Cambridge Institute of Technology. In this video, I am going to explain clocked CMOS logic and parity generator from subsystem design module in VLSI design subject. First, let us see about clocked CMOS logic or C-square MOS logic. The general block diagram for clocked CMOS logic is shown here, which comprises of a PMOS logic block, which is connected between a VDD and a PMOS transistor, a NMOS logic block, which is connected between NMOS transistor and VSS. A PMOS transistor gate is connected to 5-bar clock signal. A NMOS transistor gate is connected to 5 clock signal. Z is the output which is taken between PMOS and NMOS transistor. This is the general block diagram of C-square MOS logic. So in order to operate this C-square MOS logic, we'll have to apply phi is equal to 0 and 5 bar will be 1, so that PMOS and NMOS transistors will be off, and Z output will be at high impedance mode. Fine. Now the gate is off. Now to turn on this logic gate, we'll have to apply phi is equal to 1 and 5 bar is equal to 0, so that the PMOS and NMOS transistors will be on, and depending on the inputs which is applied to NMOS block and PMOS block, will get the output. Now the C-square MOS logic gate is on. Fine. So we'll take some examples. We'll get an idea how to build circuits in C-square MOS logic and how to analyze the circuit. First, we'll see how to implement C-square MOS inverter. In case of inverter, okay, we have one input. Let A be the input, so that the logic expression for inverter will be Z is equal to A bar. By using this general block diagram of C-square MOS logic, we'll try to build C-square MOS inverter. We'll retain the PMOS and NMOS transistor which is used for 5 bar and 5 clock. Okay, that will be retained as it is. There's nothing but T3 and T2. And we'll realize for PMOS block and NMOS block. Since only one input we have, one NMOS transistor, okay, should be used in NMOS block, whose input is A. One PMOS transistor will be used in PMOS block, whose input is A. A is common for PMOS as well as for NMOS. And this is the circuit diagram for C-square MOS inverter. In this way, we can draw the circuit. Now, let us apply phi is equal to 0 and phi bar is equal to 1, so that T T2 will be off and T3 will be off. Since T2 and T3 are off, our Z output will be at high impedance node. Okay, so Z means it's nothing but high impedance. Clear? So now if we apply values for input A, your output will not be reflected, okay, because that is at high impedance node. Fine. So that's what, okay, it is shown here. When phi is 0 and phi bar is equal to 1, then T2 and T3 are off, therefore Z is equal to high impedance. Next, we'll change the clock. Let phi be 1 so that phi bar is equal to 0. Then T2 will be on and T3 will be on. Now, the output expression Z is equal to A bar will be realized. Whatever input you apply, that will be inverted. Yeah, that's what it is written here. When clock phi is equal to 1 and phi bar is equal to 0, then T2 and T3 are on. Therefore, Z is equal to A bar. In this way, okay, we can try to analyze the working of C-square MOS inverter. Now we'll see how to draw the circuit diagram for C-square MOS NOR to gate. By using the general block diagram of CMOS logic, we'll try to draw the circuit. So we'll retain the phi bar and phi PMOS and NMOS transistor. Okay, depending on the logic expression, we'll try to realize the circuit. Here, the logic expression for NOR to gate is Z is equal to A plus B whole bar. Since we have some term, NMOS transistors should be connected in parallel and PMOS transistors should be connected in series. Like this, we can draw the circuit diagram for C-square MOS NOR to gate. Yeah. If we want to draw the circuit for C-square MOS NAND to gate, we can draw the similar fashion. The logic expression for CMOS NAND to gate is Z is equal to A dot B whole bar. Since we have product terms, NMOS transistors should be connected in series. That will be realized in NMOS block. And PMOS transistors should be connected in parallel. So that should be connected in PMOS block. In this way, we can draw the circuit for C-square MOS NAND to gate. This is about C² MOS logic gates. In C² MOS logic gates, we need 2n plus 2 transistors for n number of inputs. The power consumption and power dissipation is low in case of C² MOS logic. The delay in C² MOS logic is more when compared to that of CMOS complementary logic. These are some of the features of C² MOS logic. Next, we will see how to implement parity generator subsystem. We know what is parity. Parity means number of ones which is present in the input. Say for example, A is equal to 1010. In this input, we have 4 bits. 1010 is the input. In this, okay, we have 2 ones. We will count how many ones are present in the input word. Here there are 2 ones. Depending on the number of ones, we'll decide what is the parity. If we have odd number of ones at the input, then the parity will be 0. If we have even number of ones at the input, then the parity is 1. In this example, the parity is 1. Fine. This parity generator we need to design. Okay. Here you can see the general block diagram for parity generator is shown, which comprises of inputs and outputs. Here the inputs are A0, A1, A2, etc. to AN minus 1, AN. There are n plus 1 bit inputs. There are 2 outputs. P and P bar are the outputs. We'll get true as well as complement parities in this parity generator. This is the basic block diagram for parity generator. If we have 4-bit inputs, then we need to design 4-bit parity generator. Fine. If we have 6-bit inputs, then we'll have to design 6-bit parity generator. If the number of bits are known, we can design the parity generator. This will not be a structured design approach or regular design approach. In order to obtain a parity generator, we need to design a parity generator for 1 bit, and it can be cascaded in order to obtain the desired number of bit parity generator. For example, if I want a 4-bit parity generator, then I can cascade 4 1-bit parity generator so that I'll get a 4-bit parity generator. If I want a 10-bit parity generator, then I can design 1-bit parity generator, and I can cascade that 1-bit parity generator 10 times so that I'll get a 10-bit parity generator. So such type of design, we call it as a structured design or a regular design. Here you can see the block diagram for the structured design parity generator. You can see the block diagram for structured design, where pin and pin bar are the parities from the previous stage. AI minus 1, AI minus 1 bar are the inputs for the first stage. Pi minus 1, Pi minus 1 bar are the next parities of the first 1-bit parity generator. The next stage has P minus 1, sorry. The next stage has Pi minus 1 and Pi minus 1 bar as the previous parities. AI and AI bar are the inputs for the second stage. Pi and Pi bar are the next stage parities. And then for the third stage, Pi and Pi bar are the previous stage parities. AI plus 1, AI plus 1 bar are the inputs for the third stage. Then Pi plus 1, Pi plus 1 bar are the parities for the next stage. Similarly, for the fourth stage, Pi plus 1, Pi plus 1 bar are the parities from the previous stage. AI plus 2, AI plus 2 bar are the inputs for the fourth stage. And Pi plus 2, Pi plus 2 bar are the parities for the next stage. This is the block diagram for n plus 1 bit parity generator cell. This we call it as structure design approach. By using 1-bit parity generator, we'll cascade in order to get n-bit or n plus 1-bit parity generator. The second stage block is nothing but the basic 1-bit parity generator cell. That is shown here. Pi minus 1, Pi minus 1 bar are the parities from the previous stage. AI, AI bar are the inputs for the 1-bit parity generator cell. Pi and Pi bar are the parities for the next stage. Here we'll use a simple XOR gate and XNOR gate. For Pi, we'll use XOR gate. By XORing Pi minus 1 and AI will get Pi. And Pi bar is obtained by XNORing AI and Pi minus 1. So the basic 1-bit parity generator cell. Depending on AI, we'll try to find the next parity. If AI is 1, the parity will be changed. That is, Pi will be equal to Pi minus 1 bar. If AI is 0, then parity is unchanged. Then Pi will be equal to Pi minus 1 itself. Depending on AI, we'll try to find the parity. So we can try to build a 1-bit parity generator. Here you can see the circuit diagram and the stick diagram for NMOS parity generator cell. You have an idea how to draw the circuit for XOR gate and XNOR gate. Okay, that has been drawn in NMOS technology. And for that circuit diagram, we have drawn the stick diagram. Here, we have drawn the circuit diagram for CMOS parity generator as well as the stick diagram. You have an idea how to draw the circuit for XNOR gate and XOR gate. Pi bar is nothing but XNOR gate. Pi is nothing but XOR gate. Left side the circuit diagram for parity generator cell in CMOS technology. The right side one is the stick diagram for parity generator cell in CMOS technology. We have an idea how to draw the circuit diagram and stick diagram for NMOS XOR gate and CMOS XOR gate that is drawn here. In this way, we can try to implement a parity generator cell. Thank you.